So with the most recent update, the Guardian has had some changes. One of those changes is unfortunately the unlimited button to spawn it as many times as you want has been fixed. But also, for whatever reason, Bethesda has decided that if you stand on PA or if you stand on the platform using the method of entering your PA before it starts, he will not shoot at you, or he will shoot significantly less. As you can see, I'm being shot at by missiles, but his lasers aren't doing anything. And we're going to use this to our advantage. Now this video is going to include a build and just the necessary cards needed and weapon for you to be able to solo this with no problems. So let's get right into it. Now if you have an auto-axe build already made, you can still use it. There's just a couple cards that you will need to use in order for this to work. But the build that I have is going to be used for something a little bit different. And this is the perk loadout if you guys want to copy it. Now for the perk cards, all you will need, if you already have your melee build, you'll need Bullet Shield, Enforcer, as well as One Gun Army, but if you don't have Ricochet, I recommend putting on Ricochet. Again, if you already have a melee build, those are the only perk cards you need. For this build, this is going to focus on actually using the Pepper Shaker alongside the Auto Axe, with the Auto Axe still being the main damage weapon. Now for our legendary perk cards, we have maxed out Endurance, Luck, Intelligence, Strength, and Agility. For the 6th card, you can use whatever your heart desires. Now, just a quick heads up, I know I only have 10 points into Strength, so I am missing out in damage, but that is okay. Now for the weapon, we are running a Pepper Shaker with Furious, Limb Damage, 25 LVC, and Pinpointers. Now if you don't want to use the weapon for actual damage, you can just use the Crippling 2-star and you should be perfectly alright. As long as you have the perk cards paired with it, it'll work wonders. But we're actually going to be using all of these mods later on in the video. Now I want to make one thing clear, that this is not a new method in terms of how to solo the Guardian. We're using an old method, just a new weapon. And by that, Ricochet and Bullet Shield. Now don't be like me and forget to accidentally set up your power armor. Be sure to do so beforehand, because like I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video, he will not shoot you as often or at all if you're standing on PA or if you enter and stand on the platform. But as you can see, we are tearing through the shield with the Ricochet and Bullet Shield. Now I'm not a feral, and the reason why I'm showing this one first is because I'm sure people will want to play as a feral. So all you need to do is just shoot. You don't need to target anything for it to proc the Bullet Shield, and you'll be able to do your damage. After the shield's broken, like before, jump onto your PA and start dealing your damage. And without any buffs, we're able to clear it in under a minute. Now of course, if you have a stronger build than I do in terms of focusing on melee and not doing damage with the Pepper Shaker and using buffs, you'll be able to do this a lot faster. So we're going to go ahead and take our food buffs. We have a bobblehead active, and we're going to take a cycle buff to further increase our damage. And like before, we're going to just shoot, get that Ricochet and Bullet Shield proc so we can tear through that shield. And then afterwards, we're going to jump on the PA and start dealing our damage to the torso. But this is basically it. If you're running a feral build, or if you want to run the Ricochet and Bullet Shield method, this is how you do it. Nothing new, pretty straightforward, pretty easy, and fairly quick. Maybe not as quick as before, but it's still fast. But now to put the full build to use, we're going to be using the weapon, and this time we're still using all of our melee buffs because again the main damage is the auto axe for the torso. And since you can't be a feral and use VATs, we're going to be staying as a non-feral. Now the only thing that it costs is just a little bit of sunshine oil or coffees, and as we're using our VATs crits and just using the weapon, we are tearing through the shield with our gun. This is the same Pepper Shaker that I showed you guys in the beginning. And just like that, we tore through the shield and pull out the auto axe, and it's a done deal. But yeah, easy Guardian solo, no problems at all. Now if you do plan on using the Pepper Shaker to actually do damage, you will need the appropriate mods which I showed you guys earlier. You're going to want the Onslaught cards, Furious, Crippling, 25 LVC, and Pinpointers. For the barrel, you can use Hex if you'd like. Honestly, Hex feels a lot better than Dual, but for the ammo type, the completely unmodded version, the shotgun shells, is the best option. Plasma is not too bad, but shotgun shells is a lot faster. Laser is just trash. But yeah, Pinpointers and Crippling and shotgun shells are a must-have. But that about covers it, guys. I hope you guys found the information useful. Again, the auto axe is still able to solo. You're still able to solo the Guardians in general. but just a new weapon. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy hunting, good luck, and I'll see you guys in the next one.